My name is Engineer Kaluma Mutevu. My friends also call me Steve. I am the aspiring member of Parliament, Kilome Constituency, ready to transform this constituency and make it the model constituency of the Republic of Kenya. I say this with a lot of confidence because I have all it takes. I have the stamina, I have the knowledge, I have the education that is required for a standard and an excellent member of parliament whose vision is broader than just a constituency, whose vision will transform our nation to the next level, whose vision will make this country felt across our continent of Africa and the globe. As a member of parliament, I come in as a very young person, actually the youngest in the race in the Kilome constituency. But out of that age, I have a lot of energy and the vision that comes with the youth. I want to transform this constituency in such a manner that every person feels that they are part and parcel of my leadership. I am a student of transformational leadership. I stand for the kind of leadership where everybody participates and everybody feels at home with what I'm doing. I stand here to say that Kilome has not had a serious leader for the last almost 2 decades, but the time has come for us to take the bull by the horns and transform this our constituency within just 3, 4, 5 years and make it a world-class constituency. I am looking at several things that must be done in order to make our constituency grow. And my agenda, which is actually the Kilome people's agenda, is based on a matrix which touches on food, water, and energy. Without water, there is no food. Yet without energy, the water cannot flow. And as we look at the water, energy, and food, there are other 3 very fundamental issues that I am very concerned about. The infrastructure, both roads and structural infrastructure like in schools. I am very concerned about the education in general of our kids, right from kindergarten, that is nursery school, to primary school, to secondary school, to colleges and universities. We want to actualize 100% transition of our children from class 8 to secondary school. During my tenure, I believe that no single student will ever stay at home because they lack fees. I believe the little knowledge that God has given me is enough to use the resources that are available very well to ensure that every student who goes to secondary school also has a place in the colleges and universities. As we do this, we will be looking carefully at the infrastructure of our colleges. In Kilome today, we have no standard college that a normal regular student can attend after finishing school. And it is my vision that every ward will have at least a good model institution where our students can go learn modern subjects or modern disciplines that are marketable in the field. I have a vision that the Kilome Technical Training Institute, which has been envisioned and which has been our dream for the last many years, will come to be in my first 2 years. This is because I know with a serious institution, we can transform our area. We can actually create a cash flow in our area. We can have our students going to school locally here and increase the knowledge pool in our locality. I am very keen again on the kind of jobs that our students are able to go to. If you look at Konza City, which is within our constituency, almost every employee from our constituency is the low cadre of employee. These are the sweepers, the cleaners, the cooks. When you go to the engineers, the serious office staff, there is nobody from our constituency. And this really makes me very sad. And within my tenure as the Member of Parliament, I will ensure that through our colleges, we will be able to transform our pool of employees to the knowledge economy and not the physical economy. As a Member of Parliament of Kilome, I want to bring in the first aspect that has been lacking from our leadership, and that is actual and real legislation at the national level. I know what it takes to make a good law that governs our people of Kenya. And I know what it takes to create a law that transforms the life of especially the masses. And I know that it takes courage and knowledge to do all that. Drafting bills will be my hobby, and ensuring that these bills become law will be my business. This is because, for example, with my engineers bill of 2023, God willing, all engineers that go through our campuses will have to be taken through a compulsory internship where they will be induced into the engineering world, and from there they can do meaningful work as engineers. Through the Children's Amendment Act that I drafted back in 2020, I want to see every vulnerable kid, especially orphans, being taken through school by the government free of charge, right from nursery school to university. And I also want, through that bill, to increase the number of children officers in our constituency, such that every ward as a children's officer. I also want, through that bill, to enforce the construction and creation of rehabilitation centers and children's centers, at least in every ward. Through the same bill, I also want to ensure that there are special schools, at least in every constituency. Today, if we have a kid with special needs from Kilome, most of them are taken to Machakos or Thika. We don't have such a school locally here. When it comes to matters of youth, and I say this because I'm a young person myself, our youth have suffered enough, and it's about time to bring tangible and real solutions to ensure that the menace of the youth is well covered. Basically, our youth only need money, and to get the money, it means that we have to deal with the economy. But youths are different in categories. There are those youths who are just after Form 4 going to colleges. There are those youths who have just finished colleges who are looking for jobs. And there are those youths who did not manage to go to college, yet they have nothing to do. Our youths will have to be dealt with in three strategic ways. Number one is to ensure that those who finish Form 4, because I'm talking about 100% transition to high school, those who finish Form 4 must go to some training of sort. No youth who finishes Form 4 will be let go, because without a skill nowadays, you cannot be anybody. We will ensure that through our colleges that I promise will be developed in every ward, and through also talking to the parents and encouraging them to take their children to school, and by ensuring sustainable bursary funding to the same. These our children go to colleges and gain adequate knowledge to go and look for jobs locally or elsewhere. Number two, there are many available opportunities across our constituency. We have the Konza City, we have Petro City, we have other institutions around where our youths can get jobs. I will personally ensure that these jobs are availed to our local youths before anybody else can land such jobs. You know, it is very unfortunate that currently corruption has taken root and these jobs are issued as per how much you can cough. Yet when you tell a youth to give you 10,000 shillings to get a job, then what are you doing to them? You are actually killing their dream. So I will ensure that these jobs are distributed equitably and equally with a lot of bias to our Kilome constituency. Again, when it comes to the youths, the third thing will be to ensure that those who don't have jobs can be able to participate in either a business or sporting activity. Every ward will have an ICT incubation and youth center where our youth will go there. They will be trained on how to run businesses, and through the available government resources, we will ensure that they get startup funding for their businesses. We will also ensure that they are given proper training on how to manage their resources, how to manage their businesses, and how to be innovative and ensure that there is growth in what they are doing. That is as far as business is concerned. However, in still the same youth centers, we shall have an employment bureau in every ward, that any youth who qualifies for any job comes to that center. They bring their papers, they are filed and also attached to our online database, which will be using to look for jobs for our people. Definitely, you are aware that there are so many professionals from around our area, and personally, I will take the initiative to bring them together and ensure wherever they are, we look for the jobs for our young people. As far as sports is concerned, I will ensure that annually we run the annual sports day for our constituency, and this is a very important day according to me. On this specific day, we will do all sorts of sports, but I will be very particular on athletics. Athletics, we will identify those talented youths and also young people or older people who can actually participate in athletics and put them on the limelight. We make connections with them. We ensure that when the Olympic teams are being selected, we have people from Kilome who can go represent us. One successful athlete out there can make a lot of money that can be pumped back to our constituency, and that is one of my key agendas. Again, I will ensure that we start the Kilome Football Club. Every year, over 5 million is issued by the CDF for development of youth sporting activities. Over the last 2 decades or so, this money has been used just to print t-shirts and organize cheap tournaments for our youth. But this time around, we shall ensure that there is a valid and running football club where our talented youths can showcase and exercise their skills to ensure that they go to the next level.